Santa Skip again. I'm gonna make a little swing video. We're watching a lot of different videos on YouTube. They're talking about, oh, do this kind of swing, do this kind of grip, do this kind of different stuff. This is the way you're supposed to do it. Actually, I'm not gonna. There's only two things I'm gonna tell you that'll help your swing. It has nothing to do with your grip. It has nothing to do with your swing. Well, it does have to do with your swing, but not in that sense. What I have here is for all lack of a better term, I call it my John Daly club. It's a Skills X Gold Flex, 48 inches. And I call it my John Daly club because you want to do everything, like John Daly does. He just swings it all around. He's always flexing. And that's all I'm doing it for, is just to get my stretching. So I want some stretching motion in my back. You can actually just go around like this. Just get my stretch. What I got on here is some extra swing weights on it, club swing weights. I just keep doing this until my back feels flexible enough, and you can do it both ways with like opposite-handed until you feel relaxed enough. So what am I doing? Your back minus your putter works on the same aspect of your swing. But the only main thing I want to talk about, everybody has their own grips. I don't care who it is on tour, they got their own personal grip. Freddie Couples, he rolls his hand completely over. This is the opposite of mine. I mean, he's more like this, opposite hand. I'm showing y'all left-handed version. And he stands up just like this on his swing. I'll get back a little bit further so you can get a better view of what's going on. He takes it back, just one piece. But it's how you swing is going to be how you are. It's your personality. I always tell people when they're starting to swing, that's just pick out a pro golfer, watch the pros, and see how they swing. Pick one out that you really like. You want to emulate him, the way he walks, his actions, the way he moves, and his swing, his grip. And then in time, after you figure out how he's doing it and you're getting that motion in, then you add into your swing what you want. It personalizes it for yourself, not anybody else. Because your swing is you. It's your tempo. It's the way you do things. Like John Daly, he was nicknamed the Wild Thing. I mean, he's wild. He was wild when he came out and toured. He had a big sloop and swing, but he had it under control. Freddie Couples, nice, relaxed, easy going. I mean, when you see him swing, it's just like that. I mean, it's just sweet, easy motion. So there's only two things that you really need to know that'll help your swing, more in accuracy and more in help with distance as well, is your head, the way your head is. When you have it, I want to keep it behind the ball. Like your ball's right here, I want you looking right here. Look behind it, because that's where you want to come down. I always tell people, look below the horizon of your golf ball. Focus on that point. It's a part you can't see on the ball, but that's where you have to focus on, because that's where you want to hit. You want the club to get underneath the ball, right underneath the ball, impact. That's where you want to be. on your whole swing. You don't want it to be medium or whatever. Let me get a ball out. I'll show you. You want, it's like the pinnacle line is your horizon. You want to aim right here, right underneath this line, right underneath it. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna put that right here. I don't see the pinnacle, but that's where I want to hit. When you do that, you come underneath like this. That's where you're going. You're coming down. It's a descending blow onto the ball. The ball's gonna jump up. You don't want it to hit on the center line, because then you're just gonna skull it and end up having to get new balls eventually a lot quicker. You don't want to hit it on top, but you don't want to hit behind the ball like here. Because you hit it fat, you're not going to go anywhere. But it's always, impact is right here, right behind the ball. So you get it where you set in your stance where you can come down and hit that ball right where you want it. And that'll increase the distance probably about 5-6 yards, maybe more, depending how hard or how fast you swing. Next thing, it's like your grip. Like I said before, it's your grip. I don't want to try and change it. You want to grip like this, you go ahead. You will adjust to where you want to be. I grip usually like this with an overlapping grip. It's a Vardon. I think it's called a Vardon grip. Overlap. Depending on how I'm feeling, I might be using a softer backhand. Come through, but I try and keep my forehand pretty much neutral. It's more like this. That's where you want to swing. Your swing will, the way you grip the club will dictate how you swing as well. But now, the one thing I really want to focus on is your knees. All the pros I've ever watched, and how they swing, they say, oh yeah, you swing it this way, you swing this way, you grip this way. You do all this. The one thing they did say was keep your head down. Bobby Jones always says he never looked at the ball. He looked behind the ball. His head always turned behind. So his head would stay behind the ball. Jack Nicklaus was the same way. He'd keep his head behind the ball to come through. That was great. One thing they never teach you, and I think it's one of the most important things. Picture in your mind the spring on your watch, like the old style watches, dials and stuff. They have a spring inside. The outer part of the spring is your upper body, your hands. The inner part of your spring is your feet, where it's connected to the ground. Your feet are connected to the ground. The spring is connected to the watch. You have it mounted there. When you start when a watch starts winding up, for each second that it clicks, it starts on the outer. Your arms are the outer part. That starts the winding of that spring. When you come through, it's not your outer part that comes down first, because that'll mess up your swing. You'll slice it, you'll hook it, you'll do all sorts of things. But start with your legs. Do that Elvis pelvis thing, swing your pelvis through, swing your knees through. You get your knees going through your pelvis, and your club will come down behind it. And that's what you want. And that's where a lot of your power is going to be. Probably 15-20 yards, easy. If you're hitting the ball solid on the center of the club face where it's supposed to be hit, that's where the most bounce is at on your club, is right there in the center. And with your speed, it helps create the speed. Now I have another gadget at home. Actually, it's in the car, but no, it is at home. It's at home. I got a piece of a golf club about like this long, from here to here in my hands. I got a little eye bolt going through it. That's sticking up, and I use it at the gym to work on my pulling down, and that also helps me work on my legs too, my movement. Because I pull down, pull down, pull down. Just keep pulling down. Swing through. The other sports that do pretty much the same thing is your baseball. It's the same way. When you're swinging your baseball, you're turning your hips, your legs, your hips go all the way through for that power. I was talking with a buddy of mine. Says he was a pitcher in the minor leagues. For him, it was all the same way. Everything starts from the motion of your legs, your hips, to get that firm foundation and that whipping action. Tennis is the same way. Everything's from the hips, pulling through. If you work on those fundamentals, your grip, your swing is yours. But you work on the fundamentals of your knees and keeping your head down and focusing on pulling the club through and moving your hips, then pulling through, letting that focus like this, that creates that power. And that's what you want. You want that power. You don't want your wrist to fling through like that, or you don't want to hold on too much. I mean, you want to hold on to right here, and your hands are coming down. Bam! That's where your power is at. You need your legs, you need your hips, you need your whole body to come through. It's not just one part. You got to watch spring. Let it unwind. Let it unwind from the way it's supposed to, from the inside out, not from the outside in, because you'll mess up the whole thing and the whole watch spring will be sprung out. If anything, I really hope this helps everyone who watches my videos and who really wants to get more distance and more power out of a shot. You don't have to swing hard. It's the motion that does most of the work. I work on the grip and the pulling through with weight, because that'll help create a speed that you normally don't have, and it doesn't look like speed. It's just like that. Nice, easy swing. Nothing that powerful. Nothing great. I'll show you with the driver. Just like that. I didn't swing hard. And that's what you want to do. And you want to try and keep your balance the whole time you're swinging. I have a gadget in mind that I'm going to make to help teach people how to swing within themselves and not overkill it. You want to have a wide stance? Go ahead. If you feel comfortable with a wide stance. You want to have a narrow stance? You go ahead. The average stance is shoulder width apart. Wherever they're width apart, that's where you want your feet. I've known people, they got a super wide stance and they just been able to do it. I've known people, I've worked with people who have had, they did better on a narrow stance. You swing within yourself. Don't try and overkill it or overpower it unless you're really trying. I mean, be like John Daly. He's like, okay, I'm gonna have a clear out here, and go, wham, But you work with it. Just work with your swing, like so. And I'm gonna add some hitting some golf balls on this video in just a moment. But I wanted to bring this to you. I wanted to make you feel. I want to connect with you guys. I mean, I would really love it if you guys subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button now. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Don't be lazy like my bag. Leave a comment. Ring the bell notification. Tell your friends. Those who want to learn how to play golf, I will do whatever I can to help you through these videos instead of working any other way. I mean, I show you the way I'm hitting the ball and what I'm practicing. Or if I'm messing up, I will do what I can to help. You know, okay, I got to change this. I got to change that. If you'll watch through my videos that my swing is changing. Every time I go out, there's something different about my swing. It's what feels good to me, what feels natural to me at the time. That means if I'm gonna swing out like this, go back through, or hey, if it's working for me, then that's great. If your eccentric swing is working for you, that's great. Don't change it unless you feel the need to change it. I want you to change because you want to, not because somebody tells you to. If you're just starting out, go to a thrift store, buy an inexpensive set of clubs, ones that would fit your length and stuff like that. Get used to those. Get where you swing it normal, where you're finally hit it. When you get your swing there, you feel like you're doing pretty good and you want to move to the next level, then I suggest that you actually go to a place like Golf Galaxy or one of your golf pros who has a monitor that can check your swings and check your the way you're doing things, and they will set up to have some clubs designed for you, made for you. Maybe a little bit, but I mean, you'll get better by that. I'm eventually going to go reshaft my irons, go back to a stiff flex shaft. But right now, I'm still trying to fine tune my swing. I'm not saying I'm a pro. I'm far from it, especially right now, far from being a pro. I'm probably about a 20 handicap, 18 to 20 handicap, but at one point in time I was right at about an 8 handicap. I was playing really good. I was hitting them consistent. I just had my little mistakes. I know enough about the game. I've been playing since I was 4 years old. So it's not like I don't know anything about the game and I'm telling you stuff that I don't know. But I do know this stuff. It starts on the takeaway from your arms. It starts on the downswing from your legs, from your feet, from your knees, all the way through your hips, to your shoulders, to your arms, all the way through. That's the main components of a swing. And keeping your head behind the ball. That's the main things you want to know. So that's all I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go turn you off. I'm going to go hit some balls and I'll let you watch.